Welcome back everyone. This game that I'm about to show you is played between Wesley and Navara in the Champions Showdown in St. Louis. In this event, the top 5 American players face off against their chosen opponents. These chosen non-American players include Veselin Topalov, Jan Krzysztof Duda, Richard Rapport, Navara, and Pintala Hari Krishna. So the American players will continue to face the same opponents throughout the event with 3 days of rapid games and 2 days of blitz games. The player paired against Wesley is Navara, and this is the second rapid game between the two. This is the position on the board after 37 moves. Wesley actually lost the first rapid game with an uncharacteristic blunder. So will he be able to bounce back with the white pieces in this game? So immediately off the bat, black seems to be having some difficulties in defending the d4 pawn. However, if white takes right away, with bishop takes d4, then rook d6 pins and wins material. So here Wesley played rook to d2. So after white captures, then he can unpin with bishop e3 or bishop to c3. So here the best move is probably to play rook a6. And white cannot win the pawn because a2 is dropping at the end of the line. And if a4, then rook b6, and black is doing fine here. But instead here Navara plays rook to e6. So trying for activity but at the cost of a pawn. Rook e2, rook d7, both rooks on the 7th rank, and here rook takes f2 plate. So rook takes a2, a5 followed by a4, trying to liquidate as many pawns as possible would have probably been Navara's best chance. But instead here he captured on f2. And here Wesley played a4. White keeps his dangerous majority on the queen side. b6 from Navara, and here rook takes a7. Rook b2. Seems like black is winning back the pawn, but here rook b7, rook takes b3, a5, taking advantage of the pin. We have rook c3, a6. So if black were to capture the pawn, this would lose to a7. And here if rook a4, rook b8 check, followed by promotion, and white wins. So after rook c3, a6, king g7 by Navara to avoid checks on the back rank. Wesley pushes a7, forcing Navara to go rook a3, and here a nice move by Wesley. He plays g4, effectively locking black's kingside majority. So black is kind of in Zugzwang here. The only pieces that can really move are the rook and the king. So king f6 was actually played by Navara, which loses a pawn with check. Rook takes b6. Let's see what happens if he moves the rook. For example, rook to a4. Then king g2. Black cannot take on c4 because of the threat of promotion. And here white simply approaches the queen side with his king. So king f6 was Navara's best try to stay active, giving up the pawn. Rook b7 plate, and now this is a crucial moment for Navara. Does he go king to d4 or does he go king to f4? So here king to d4 is actually the better move, which gives black very good drawing chances. So the c pawn is much more important than the g pawn. And if rook takes f7, king takes c4 eliminates the dangerous pawn. This should be a draw since black's rook is ideally placed to watch over this a pawn as well as cut off white's king from the 3rd rank. And here if rook c7, this doesn't look easy to convert at all, since white's rook is a bit overloaded. Maybe this is a draw. Let's look at a possible line. White can try and bring the king over towards the black rook. But here king to c3 opposes the white king, and white can't make much progress in this position. If king b1, rook a3, the king is stuck on the first rank. If c5, then king c4, king b2, rook a4. And if c6, then you bring the king up again, king c5. If king to b3, not rook a5, but instead rook a1. And black is holding this after king to b2, rook a4. And if king c3, king d6, and black will soon succeed in liquidating the position. I'll play through quickly till the end. So black's king manages to cover this a pawn. And here this should be a draw for black. With his king in front of the enemy pawn, black can proceed to use the Philidor method and hold this position. Now let's take a look at what happens if rook to a5. This would actually be a mistake. After rook f7, king takes c6, rook takes f6, king b7, and here the crucial move is rook f5. And black is regretting his decision to play rook a5. So obviously trading would lose for black, so let's say rook a1. And after rook takes g5, king takes a7, king c4. So white's king is very active in this position, and this is probably winning for white. So let's go back to the actual game. Navara played king to f4. He missed his chance. So we have king to g2, rook a2 check, king f1, king takes g4. So Navara is hoping that his kingside pawns will be enough to hold this position, but this is not the case as white's queenside pawns are much quicker. White can actually play rook takes f7 here, but instead he plays c5, which is also strong. We have f5, c6, rook a1 check, king f2, rook a2 check, king e1. So black gives more checks, but after king to c3, black is running out of checks, and in this position the Vit Navara resigns. Wesley so came back to get his revenge and went on to win another game against Navara, ending the day with 2.5 out of 4. So I hope you enjoyed this game, thanks for watching and have a great day.